Hi, it's Lisa Cuneo, and welcome to my scrapbook table. Today I'm doing a layout inspired by the beach party happening over at the Scrapbook Nerd online shop. And this layout is to be about summer plans. Now mine is not about traditional summer plans. Mine is about my last day of school. And it's not just my last day of school this year, it was my last day of school. I resigned from teaching this year, and I wanted to document my last day. So I pulled out some school-ish grid papers, graph paper. Here's my cardstock. I have a page of quotes that I chose one from. It's an old page, and I cut out one quote. I had bought it on clearance at a shop last summer, and now I know why it's on clearance, because as I was getting ready to do this voiceover, I see a typo on the page. So I'm going to have to think about what I'm going to do with that, but I'll deal with that later. So I have these photos that I took yesterday. Yesterday was my last day of school. And I have some school-themed paper there. It has a calendar on it. It has the days of the week. It has lots of numbers. It has a notebook edged paper. And so I thought that fit my theme well. This strip here actually had the months from January to December, but I cut it and trimmed it so that it goes from August through May, because that has been my school year for most of the time recently. I did do summer school sometimes, and this year I did summer school in both June and July. That's why yesterday was my last day this year. But I glued that on there, and I really like how I made that work, because when you're a teacher, much of your life is ruled by calendar, the month of the year. Often August looks the same each year, September looks the same each year, etc. So I wanted to get the months on there. I also used a large strip of numbers. I'm a math teacher, so numbers were a big part of my daily life, and I wanted to get those on here. So I got the months situated where I want them. That strip is going to go at the top of this layout. The yellow strip along the side with Monday through Friday is going to go to the far left. And I'm not sure why this video looks like it's chopped off a little bit on the left there. Hopefully that doesn't cause trouble as we go further. I had to trim this down a little bit, get it where I want it. I also trimmed some extra off the side of the days of the week paper there. I ended up just barely having enough width to do this layout. I did squeeze everything in. I didn't want to turn it into a double page, so I just did some thinking about how to make this work and get it all inside those 12 inches that I have there. Oops, upside down. So that's on the top. I glue the yellow strip down on the left. Then I pull out the strip of numbers. Oh no, first I think I might use this chevron or zigzag, whatever you want to call it, and I do really like it, but I just don't have room for it, so it'll have to go on a different layout. There's the numbers. It's a little too long, I realize, so I trim it down, and I end up liking where it fits in the trimming that I did. In the end, the 9 and 10 get covered up with my Ralph Waldo Emerson quote, but I'm okay with that. While I get that glued, I'll read you the quote. It says, to laugh often and much, to win the respect of intelligent people and the affection of children, to leave the world a better place, to know that even one life has breathed easier because you have lived, this is to have succeeded. And yes, there is a typo in there. It says, because of you have lived. So I don't know. I may just type that out myself and print it and cover up the quote that I have there, or I might just leave it that way. So there, the numbers are down, and now I'm realizing I do like the photos this way, but I just don't have enough room. So what I end up doing is I cut the 3x4 cards down, and I just make them the width of the photo and have them show at the top and bottom of each photo. And I cut that footage out. I didn't have you watch all of that. Now they're ready to adhere. So that picture is looking in my room, walking back there for the last time to pick up a bag and a lamp that are the last things I have. The middle picture is me reaching to turn out the light. And the last one is my darkened classroom after lights are out. Once I get the photos on, I start thinking about my journaling, and I do have quite a bit of journaling that I want to put on this page. I will also probably make a pocket on the back of this page and slide some journaling and perhaps a copy of my resignation letter there. Get the fingerprints off my pictures. I have that little orange tab that says where to next, which I would love to have used. It's just the wrong color. So I choose this ledger paper and a die from Elizabeth Craft Designs that I trim into this page that I'm going to do my journaling on. I love Elizabeth Craft Designs dies. They're unique and I find them very versatile. So once I have that on, I realize the tab part of it isn't going to show much because of what's behind it. So I use some pieces that I cut out of those journaling cards and trim those, and they make a nice background for that. I also find a sticker in a little while that goes back there also. So it does end up showing up nicely. And after the video, I put a little word die in the tab. I'm sorry, a word sticker in the tab. So it's not quite so empty. I use this little sticker that says noted. I thought that fit the theme. Use my scissors that I've used for sticky stuff. Trim that off a little bit so it fits better. And there, that's glued down. So then I stop the camera and I take a couple minutes and do my journaling, and so that will pop up here in just a moment. There we go. Meanwhile, I've added some other stickers, one at the top there, some labels. Here I glue down the quote. I go through my stack of things again. And again, I want to use this orange sticker because I don't know where to next. I'm not sure what happens next. It fits the theme, it's just not the right color. So I try it in all these different places, but I end up not using it. And I'm thinking about what else can go on this page. It doesn't feel finished to me. So I think pretty soon here I go and get the box where I keep my enamel dots. Maybe not yet. Oh, I have some flair. That one says, "You will never know until you go." And I really like that. I ended up putting that on there. The other one I don't put on. I will end up putting that in my bin of blue things because it's the last of the flair like that I have for now. And I do really like that. And it fits the theme too. I tried to put the other one on, but I just ended up not doing it. Now here's the box of enamel dots. The ones I ended up using, I think a couple were from a Simple Stories one and others were from Fancy Pants. I wish I had more of this blue. It's the perfect blue. The others aren't quite as good of a fit, but they're okay. I go through the whole box, and I think I end up going through it twice. Those just weren't quite right. And now I take an oddly long amount of time to put these on. I can't decide. I put this small one here and I end up moving it because there's a little gap there that I wanted to cover up and it's just not quite big enough to cover it up. So I end up moving it and putting a larger one there, which doesn't completely cover it, but it does better and it makes me feel better about the weird gap that's sitting there, which nobody but me will ever notice. I also wish I could cover up the red arrow and the red 5 and the red heart because to me the reds don't go, but that wasn't going to work. So I decided they're just going to have to stay. I don't know why, but to me there's something oddly satisfying about finishing a page of enamel dots. Is anybody else like that, or is that just me? I didn't finish any whole sheets tonight, but I did finish some strips that had been cut down simply because they were the last few on a sheet and that's what was left in my box. I'm not sure if you can hear that. That's my husband getting something out of the oven for me. And for some reason, he's making a lot of noise doing that. That's okay. I was looking for some of the orangey color that I have on here, and I did not find any, but this is a paler pinkish color, so I opted to go with those, and it works. It's not perfect, but it worked. I will miss room 93. And I will miss my kids and I will miss some of my coworkers too. I had some close friends there that it's hard to leave. But it's time. And there, I think I'm just about done finally with enamel dots. Coming up here in a moment are some still shots. I don't usually take pictures one day and scrapbook them the next, but I wanted to do this one while the thoughts were fresh in my mind. Thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoy the video. Have a great day.